Once upon a time, in the Chinese city of Guangzhou, there lived two children who were a little boy and a little girl. Their names were Hansel and Gretel. One day, while they were looking at the Canton Tower, Hansel had a plan.
I have thought of a plan, Gretel. We will fly to the United States via the United Kingdom. How does that sound?
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, Hansel. Let's go.
Hansel and Gretel went to Guangzhou Bian International Airport. When they arrived, a China Southern Airlines Boeing 787-9 was waiting for them. Hansel and Gretel got on the plane which was headed for Heathrow. The Boeing 787 took off from Guangzhou at 1:40 p.m. China Standard Time. The plane landed at Heathrow at 6:51 p.m. British Summer Time, and Hansel and Gretel were glad to be in the UK. But not for long, because they had to take a plane to the United States. They went to Heathrow Terminal 5, where their plane was waiting for them.
Is this what I think it is, Hansel?
You are right, Gretel. We are flying on a British Airways Boeing 777-200ER. And the plane is going to San Diego, California.
Hansel and Gretel got on the British Airways Boeing 777-200ER, which was headed for San Diego, California. At 9 p.m. British Summer Time, the plane left Heathrow Terminal 5 and took off from runway 27 left. The Boeing 777 soon reached its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. Everything was going smoothly for the flight from Heathrow to San Diego, California. Until...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. Our plane has been taken by people who say that their orders be followed. For your safety, we recommend that you carry them out accordingly. Thank you for your attention.
Oh no, there is a hijacker on the plane. I'm scared.
Hansel and Gretel, you are surrounded. I'm afraid no one will be there to help you. Do you have any last words before the plane crashes into the Sears Tower?
No! Causing it to collapse.
We're interrupting our...
Enough! We interrupt your program to bring you breaking news. A plane from Heathrow Airport to San Diego, California, has crashed into the Sears Tower in Chicago. The incident started when fairy tale characters Hansel and Gretel were surrounded by hijacker Michael Reynolds, and the plane, a British Airways Boeing 777-200ER with the registration GYMMH, or Golf Yankee Mike Mike Hotel, dived. After this, Michael Scott from The Office yelled, "No!" and the plane hit the Sears Tower, which collapsed. All flights to and from Chicago O'Hare Airport have been cancelled as a result of the hijacking. We now return to your program.
That was the end of Hansel and Gretel. They died after their plane crashed into the Sears Tower, and they did not live happily ever after. The end.
Wait a minute. I thought Hansel and Gretel lived happily ever after, but you said to me that they did not. I want to know what happened.
They died in a plane crash. And that is why the story did not have a happy ending.
We heard your story, Hong Mei.
What do you think you're doing? I was talking to Hong Mei.
We heard that you did a rendition of Hansel and Gretel. And it was the worst rendition of Hansel and Gretel.
What? You can't really be serious.
Hansel and Gretel died after their plane crashed into the Sears Tower, and it was not a happy ending.
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
I'm sorry about that, Thomas and Percy. But I didn't even realize that the plane crash was part of the story.
No, that does not help at all. You know very well that Hansel and Gretel is a fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm. but you took it way too far by making a plane crash into the Sears Tower.
Are you being serious with me? You can't really criticize me for making a bad story. I thought I could tell the story of Hansel and Gretel, since it is a story by the Brothers Grimm from 1812. And if my story was good, think again. As Hansel and Gretel were killed in a plane crash, and it didn't have a happy ending. You didn't need to criticize me for it.
You know what? You're right. Something tells me that Hongmei has to brush up on her storytelling. I do not get why her story was bad.
Hongmei is a tank engine from China, and we wouldn't say that her story was bad.
I have to agree with you. Wait until you hear my second story.
Oh God, not another story, Hongmei. What is it about?
It is Hansel and Gretel, again. But they aren't killed in a plane crash like what happened in my first story. Instead, our planet gets swallowed by a black hole.
Oh no. Not a black hole swallowing our planet. I am frightened.
What did you do to Julie, Hongmei? You frightened her by talking about our planet being sucked into a black hole.
Yes, I did frighten Julie. And this story will prove my point.
What point are you trying to prove? A black hole swallowing our planet is something that is not going to happen.
Now, sit back, Julie, and get comfortable. This is Hansel and Gretel, Black Hole Edition.
Oh no. It better be good.
Once upon a time, in the city of Algiers, Algeria, there lived two children who were a little boy and a little girl. Their names were Hansel and Gretel. One day, they were in their home which overlooked the center of Algiers when the phone rang.
Uh-oh.
What do you want now?
This is Liz Truss, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I would like to tell you that a black hole has been discovered by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA. NASA has confirmed that the black hole will swallow Earth on Friday the 13th of September 2024.
Ooh, spooky!
What is the matter, Gretel? Why do you look scared?
A black hole will swallow Earth. I'm scared.
Don't worry, Gretel. I can reassure you that it won't happen.
Hansel and Gretel left Algiers, Algeria for the UK. Their plane, Air Algeria Airbus A330, landed at Heathrow at 1:30 British summer time and were escorted to their house by a police bike, 3 Range Rovers, a Land Rover Discovery and 2 BMWs. When they arrived, they decided to see what was on the TV.
This is the BBC from London. We regret to inform you that this is the final transmission. A black hole is minutes away from engulfing Earth. There is no escape. We advise you to gather your loved ones and pray for our final moments together. We would like to say thank you to everyone who made the BBC what it was over the last 102 years. But now, as we approach 3 p.m. on Friday the 13th of September 2024, we will shut down forever. From all of us at the BBC, goodbye.
Help! Is that what you came up with? You made Hansel and Gretel call out for help again.
Did I hear someone say Hansel and Gretel?
What do you think you're doing? I was listening to the story.
Hola, mi nombre es Miguel Camino. Soy un personaje de la película Cardos del 2011 y vengo de España.
I said good day!
Why did you have to come here while Hongmei was telling the story of Hansel and Gretel? She was about to tell us what happens next.
What's wrong with you, Miguel Camino? You had to interrupt me as I was about to tell Julie what happens next. Get out, now.
I can't believe that you were interrupted.
I'm sorry, Julie. But I would like to tell you something.
What?
Be careful. What I'm about to tell you will send a shiver down your spine. There will be a black hole and Earth will be destroyed.
Oh no. That frightened me. Hide me, now.
What the heck happened to Julie?
Julie hid underneath the covers because she knew that something bad would happen. This isn't the first time that we have seen her hide.
What's the matter, Julie? And are you okay?
Phew. It's hot underneath the covers. and the heat is making me hot, sticky, and sweaty.
Oh dear, you won't be able to get a good night's sleep after this. Can you tell us the rest of the story, Hong Mei?
Somewhere in the Milky Way galaxy, a black hole appeared. It was similar to the black hole in the documentary Doomsday 10 Ways the World Will End. The black hole entered the solar system and engulfed Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars.
Oh my god, a black hole engulfed Uranus.
Get out!
But why did you have to snap at me after the story was interrupted?
It would help if you didn't come here and interrupt the story. And we haven't got to the dramatic part.
No, I did not come here and interrupt the story. I only interrupted the story because Uranus got engulfed by a black hole.
What's wrong with you, Christian Mansell? You had to interrupt me as I was trying to tell Thomas and Percy what happens next. Get out.
What do you mean you're kicking me out? You already snapped at me for interrupting your story by using a line from a Coronation Street character. I demand you to give me an explanation as to why a black... I do not want to talk to you anymore.
Are you being serious with me? I can't really believe that the story was interrupted again.
And we haven't even got to the dramatic part of it yet. Can you tell us what happens next?
As the black hole got closer and closer to Earth, the ground began to shake. The black hole began destroying Earth as it engulfed its surface and atmosphere. In the chaos, Hansel and Gretel were very scared. They knew the world was ending, and they screamed for help.
Help!
But no one heard them. The black hole was destroying everything on Earth and spoke to Hansel and Gretel.
You have failed me for the last time.
No!
That was the end of Earth. It was destroyed by a black hole, and Hansel and Gretel did not live happily.
Would you even explain why you were interrupted?
I don't want to tell you why I was interrupted. I will need to tell Julie about this.
Oh no. That was a very scary story. I've got to tell Hong Mei.
Oh dear, you look very, very scared. Can you tell me what the problem is?
I hid underneath the covers as I knew something bad would happen in your story. You explained that a black hole destroyed our planet and killed Hansel and Gretel. I was scared, and now look at me. I am panting, and I'm drenched with sweat.
What? You can't really be serious.
Yuck!
That is uncomfortable.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that is what happens when you hide underneath the covers of your bed. You get hot and sweaty just by doing it.
I am a hot and sweaty mess. And now I can't get to sleep over your scary story.
I really do feel sorry for you, Julie.
No. I don't want to hear anything else from you. Get out, now.